How you doing? Can you hear me, Ed?
Yeah, I got you.
Sweet, perfect. Before I get to football questions, with Martin Luther King Day coming up, what does MLK mean to you?
Oh, my best memories of MLK Day is just they used to always have a parade. Well, hold on, I'm gonna say what I remember most about the day. Back home they always had a parade on Martin Luther King Street in Third Ward, and we used to always go ride the horses on MLK Day. So that's why it's just special to me. I got a lot of memories on that day. But I mean, it's just special. It's a national holiday, especially for us, and we just came a long way. And hey, but the most fun memory of me is just the time I got to spend with my family on that day, whether that be riding horses or cooking or whatever we was doing that day. But most of the time, it had something to do with horses, and we were going somewhere. So I always loved the MLK parades and things like that.
Definitely. Why is it important to recognize MLK Day every year?
It just is. I mean, he was a great influencer in our community. So I mean, it just is. And I don't know. That's a tough question. I'm talking about football.
All right, let's talk about football. You're playing against the Jets this week. First time you're seeing Zach Wilson. What have you seen from him on film?
He's a guy that can run around, he's obviously young. He obviously make mistakes. We got to help him make mistakes. So, but overall, he's a good player. He brings a lot of juice to their offense. A guy that I think is going to be good for a long time in this league.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Good luck this weekend, Ed.
Sure.
Hey, Ed, good to see you. I was wondering about Harrison Phillips. Where do you see the biggest difference in his year this year, whether it's football, leadership, anything like that? Just what stands out to you?
Just him being consistently on the field. Harry battles a lot of injuries and a lot of unfortunate situations he's been put in, and he's just been battling to get back and be consistent. So this year, I think it's the most consistent he's been playing at a high level. So hopefully that continues.
We heard a story from Leslie Frazier earlier this week about him kind of being a bit more vocal on the field too. How have you seen that show up?
Harry always been the type of guy who he just never stopped talking, to be honest. When you're out there on the field, it's kind of crazy because when you're out there on the field, he's going to call out everything. If he see it, he's going to call it out. So just with him just being able to call out everything, he ain't going to get nothing past Harry. So just with him, his knowledge of the game, I mean, he's a big guy on studying and formation and stuff like that. So he pretty much has a good grasp of what every offense is going to do. So he'll call out a play and he'll be spot on. But that just comes with his studying. He's just a guy that he dialed in.
You said that he never stops talking. What are meetings like for you guys when you're pretty loud yourself? He's going a lot. Just what's that?
No. A meeting is.
Oh,
But I'm talking about like out here on the field. Nah, here he gonna talk. The one thing he gonna do, he gonna talk. Yeah.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Hey, Ed, it's Jay with the Buffalo News. Thank you for some time today. I wanted to ask you something about Sean McDermott has mentioned the last few weeks that following up a season like you guys had last year, where so many things went right, can be a challenge for a team. And just that idea, have you seen that? I guess do you kind of agree with that and understand what your coach is saying there? And if so, what are those challenges in following up what was such a successful season last year and trying to do it again?
Well, it's just like anything. You become used to winning. You kind of think winning is easy and finishing games is easy when it's not that easy. So I think what we had to learn is how to finish games, how to play all the way through games, how to handle adversity, how to handle sudden change, things like that. That was some of the key things that we had to get under control. And when you're as good as you were last year, I think ending the season 13-3, I mean, you get accustomed to just winning and not just winning, but winning. So I think a lot of guys from last year's teams on this year's team. So we just had to figure out how to put it all together. And I think right now we're playing some of the best ball, like collectively.
Yeah. And then I wanted to ask you about a guy on offense, Mitch Morris. I don't know how much you go up against him in practice right now, but I know in training camp you probably do quite a bit. He's been a really consistent presence for the offensive line this year, kind of like the constant there.
Right.
What do you think he brings to that offensive line? What stands out about him when you have had the chance to go up against him in practice?
He's just a savvy vet. In my thought, the first thing that comes to mind is a savvy vet, the rock of the offensive line. He makes the calls, I believe, and gets everybody set. So just having a guy like that who put in the time in the league and things like that, and he's mature, obviously, so he gets everybody ready and things like that. So he's just a solid guy on their own line. On our
Sounds
own
good.
line.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks, Ed. Appreciate it.
Hey, Ed, Dan Fates here in Rochester. I'm just wondering, you guys talk about blocking out the outside noise and staying even keel. Josh talks about not riding the roller coaster. And then you guys have this number 1 ranked defense that you guys feel disrespected by the national media not giving you guys enough credit. Where is that fine line between blocking out the outside noise and then also using the outside noise as motivation, like Jordan Poyer talked about last week?
I don't know. I don't even know how to answer that question, to be honest. Number 1 defense or the last defense in the league, every Sunday you got to go out there and play. Any defense can shut down any offense. Any offense can run over any defense. So it's not about numbers. It's not a numbers game. It's who's going to come out here and play every Sunday. And I think that's just how we play. Every Sunday is a new Sunday, is a new opponent, is a new guy in front of you. Are you going to go out there and defend your reputation more so than what your rank is, defending your reputation and letting people know why you rank like that,
I appreciate it, Ed. Thanks, man.
Hi, Ed. It's funny, you cover this league long enough and you ask the same questions to different players. I remember asking a lot of the same questions I asked Greg Rousseau 2 years ago. What's it been like to watch in your 3rd season, a fellow first-round pick on the D line, what he's gone through and how he's performed in this rookie season?
Well, Greg has had scattered success, and he just been staying the course and just focusing. And you never hear Greg complain. Greg just kind of stayed the course, whether he banged up or whatever. He just kind of stays the course, keeps his head down, comes to work every day. And you can't ask nothing more from a rookie besides just do that, and it all click more sooner than later. But it's clicking now. So hopefully he can just carry over and help us big time in the playoffs.
Do you remember, back to your rookie season, that like infamous rookie wall, like what it's like kind of when you get out here and have to play a 16-game schedule it was for you, now 17 games?
I remember the rookie wall. I think I hit the rookie wall for the season even started. So, but for him, obviously every rookie gonna hit it at some point. And Greg, he just been fighting just like how I was as a rookie. He's just been fighting every week. You ain't gonna never see him with his head down. He come to work every day, ready to go, ready to play. And he take care of his body. He always in the training room, even as a rookie. He always in the training room, taking care of his body, getting his body back right, ready to go to war every Sunday. So you never hear too much out of him besides work. Let's go to work.
And finally, how do your horses handle the snow out here?
They didn't come up here this year, and
Oh, okay.
One reason is just because I don't have a barn at my house yet. So, boarding them at somebody else's place is cool, but I'd rather have them in my backyard. That way I know everything that's going on around them, because I really don't trust nobody with them, honestly, unless they're at my house back in Louisiana. So next year they'll be up here for sure, maybe 1 or 2, maybe even 3, maybe even 5, maybe 7. You never know. So I'm looking forward to that next year. Yeah, for sure.